work on the center section here, replacing these bent brackets. Had to tear into the fabric. I think I've talked about that a little bit before, but it was to access the hardware in here, and then there's one behind this compression strut. These are supposed to be straight. Yeah, that's supposed to be straight. That's supposed to be straight. I'll post or try to put in a picture. They're JPG. Why they're not? Because this thing took a pretty hard lick. We're going to have to replace this bolt. I took the flat off of it, but the IA says not to do that. Had to drill a couple holes in the end of it to get access. That bolt is too long to come out in there, so it comes out to here, the length of it. So that's what I did on the other side, and took the other side off. They looked straight. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. Let me have to set something down here. Maybe not. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's supposed to be, let's tip it up here. That's supposed to be straight. You can kind of see it's a little off. Someone will have to adjust that end. Have the other, that goes on the back side. So it's doing the same thing. So that one goes down in there. That opened up this side to gain access to the hardware in it. And doing that, this isn't open. This actually has a piece of plywood in there that's got staples all along the edge, so just try to carefully remove that and keep it in one piece. And then remove the brackets. I got to straighten this one out. I just got the front one out. Did not change the bolts, so all the flats are on it. What I did there was to the IA and just notched the piece of wood right there. Enough, focus, enough to remove the bolt because it's straight right there and it won't come out. So, and then patch in or scab in a piece of wood after I get done with that. Looks pretty rough, but just glue all that back together. Have it over here in the paint stripper. Oops, said the word stripper. So, paint stripper out of the box store and get it all scraped off and then get it cleaned up and looking like that one. So the next step is straighten this one out, get it primered and reinstall it. So that's where we're at on Fun Filled Friday. Did save the hole saw pieces of wood, so I have something to work with. And I'll have to make a patch. Has to be an inch wider all the way around. A circle out of plywood, put on a backside, give that something to glue to, and then patch it here. So that's where I'm at now. Got some more patches to go in it. These will have to be repaired. Have a patch here. Patch over there, I think, yeah, one right there, and then one, there's one right here, and it has some paint repair to do, so this will probably get another coat of paint on it. It's got enough on it now, but it'll get another one. You can barely see the seams in it now. We'll see how it goes. Get the plugs in it and turn it over before I get too awful. Before I patch the canvas, I'll fix it mechanically, but before I patch all the canvas fabric back on it, make all those repairs, I'll turn it back over, put some plugs in it, and make sure it's not going to leak, then poke no holes in it, and go from there. That's all I got right now, so we'll catch you guys later. See ya. Okay, just trying to stay disciplined and keep making some videos. Yeah, I know I've been slacking off, so got parts need to be glued back into it right there in that shape, and then that bull nose right there goes up here on the leading edge. Passed all the hardware. All the brackets are straightened up. Hardware's properly installed. Can't really see that, but yeah, there is a A&N, pointing my finger through it way up there, which is way up there. That goes in behind this compression strut, so it comes through. This one's easy, but that one is a little bit tougher to access back there. So, yeah. Anyway, on both sides actually. The rear one's not so bad. Well, that one, yeah, that bolt's still behind the compression strut up there. Yeah, that's a rough one. Anyway, moving on. Had to poke some holes in the front of it to get access because the bolts were longer this way and they had to come out that way. So actually this bracket and hardware stuff's put in and then leading edge is built. It is what it is. Made a little patch right here to go in behind it, and if you notice it's got a slight curve to it. See if I can get it lined up. Yeah, right there, which will lay in right there and get glued in on the underside, inside it right there, and then get body filled out here and get a patch over it, and you'll never know it's there. So got to cut out some lower pieces, got to make a template for the bottom hole and get it going and be ready for it. Waiting right now, so this is a good opportunity, waiting for the soldering iron, trying to keep it out of the cord, melting itself, to clean these edges up. So I was just laying out, I don't know if you can tell, that's not exactly in the center, and if you look right over the top of it, kind of lean it that way it is, but if you look straight down on it, it's not. So I was going to try and make the circle better, clean up the edge around this one. This one had a hole poked in it from a roll wire. That one needs to be centered. You can tell it's not, the hole's not right. So while I had it out, I'll just straighten this out. Like that hole. Back here's where another hole got poked in it. You gotta clean these edges up and put a patch around it. I did take the die grinder and make this one straightened up already, so I just gotta clean up my markings. There's some holes here, so just doing some cleanup work. It did have some holes in it, so I've got this one laid out, ready for a patch. And then right there, make it smooth, because if not, that'll show up underneath the patch and it'll look like crap. No, that's where I'm at. Just trying to clean this one up. All the damage, haven't flipped it back over yet, but all the damage should be on this. Didn't knock any holes in the tank, thank goodness. The tank is like that yellow thing over there that's inside. So there's a cavity in there, and then it's filled with some braces like those over there. That's an old center section of wood's rotten, but the fittings are still good. So I used a couple, straightened this fitting out. That one was good. Those two were bent up pretty good. Anyway, that's where it's at. So center section Sunday. See you guys. Okay, everybody, here's what's going on today. I had to take this bracket out, and in order to do that, I had to take this bolt off, and there's one up, not that one, but another one up there. In order to do that, this bolt's actually longer this way than it is from here to here, so I had to drill some access holes. What I'm doing now is I cut a couple of pieces of backer thin 1/16 inch plywood, which is up there, and I'll get into it in a minute, to gain access so I could get a clearance hole. And I know it's a bigger hole, but I wanted to make sure that I could get that out. So, and then took some epoxy and glued this piece right here, which is shaped with a curve on the inside of this. So it's actually the piece that's behind that. It's not just a plug, it's actually a filler piece that goes all the way around on like that. There is a piece of wood that goes out here, so I had to compensate my shape for that. So here's what I had. This is the left-hand side. I got the right-hand side. Let's see, is that right? Actually, this would be the left because it's upside down. But anyway, I have it being formed right now. I wet the wood. This was glued in, and that one's glued in. But the way I cut it with the grain, it needs to be bowed this way, that way. And the grain with this one wants it to bow that way or that way, the opposite. So I had to cut another one. It doesn't want to bow against the grain. So that's where I'm at right now. Getting ready to put that in there, clamp it in with one of these paint sticks in front, one behind, clamp it in the form that it's going to be in and put a bow in it to possibly set it. And sanding this down now. Maybe we'll fill it. Got to glue in some other loose bracing that was in there. Fix this, which got bent up a little bit. Need to cut another piece of wood and a piece of the filler on top, and then cut a template out for that. This piece goes right in there. And one of these is loose. This one. So I'm not sure if you could see that or not. It's a little loose. And I'm going to glue in, I don't know if you could really see that. I'm going to glue in an extra piece down here to, I can't really see it, to stiffen it up. And that should do it. Yeah, maybe a piece right here. I don't know. No, maybe not. This piece and that piece, and then go ahead and inspect the other side. So fix this, get that piece over there formed, and that's where I'm at. Got a couple patches, cut some holes, had some holes in it, so there's 4 repairs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm going to cut out and tighten up this hole. This is not a hole, that's where the fuel sump's at, so that'll be okay. Tighten up that hole and then get some patches for here, repair this. So I've got a little bit of work to do in front of me. That'll take care of the center section, get some parts ordered. I got the catalog laying out. I got to order some fabric and some adhesives and stuff so we can start covering on this and make the repairs to this, get this sanded down, and then it should be ready. Well, of course it'll be ready after I get done, but complete the patches, reassemble it, and go on from there. So that's today's update. See ya. Hey everybody, I just thought I'd show you what I was into today. Still on the center section, and that's the hole that I made to access that hardware. There's the patch for it that'll fit like that. It's got glue on it, and that's why I'm holding it the way it is. It's an epoxy glue. Filled in the top 2, which that has this piece of plywood, and then filled in, there's a couple low spots. I gotta hit it again with the glue. Tightened up some of these. I don't, oh, it's hard to focus. Glued in an extra joint down here because that was loose where it got stapled, which is where that goes on, and it'll cover up this, and then the fabric will get glued down to it. Need to take some pictures before I get to all that, and my pneumatic stapler gun is on its way, so got the staples in. But that's what we're into today. Like I said, got to put this piece in. I'm gonna set it down right here, and got this piece glued in yesterday, which gets a piece with wax paper over the front of it, like that, and then take the clamp and go inside it as such. Let me see if I can get this over here. Ooh, this is a little bit awful. But the clamp goes like that and then just clamps it. Got wax paper on it to keep the wood from sticking to the wood. It just peels right off. These get a patch of fabric put over it, there, and there. Sanded around the inspected clamps. This will get a patch on it. That'll get a tighter patch to tighten up that hole. That one's sealed, so we'll leave that hole. That's where the gas gauge comes out. This thing's sitting upside down. Made the patches to this. Have to glue and clamp this one in right there for the nose cap, and that's it. And I'll be done with the gluing here, let that set up, and have to fill in these two cavities, which I'll do that today. Well, that one will be drying. Can't get that many clamps in that small space, so. And just making sticks for repairs. Well, this is stuff that's trashed. That's actually 2 sets. All the wood was left of 2 lower wings, which is up there some more saved for patterns, but not sure why, but they're there. So that's that. I was making them sticks for the repairs in here, like that one that's broke will need to be repaired. That one is broke. I just have to go through these this winter. There's another one that's broke. There's a bunch of pieces in there that are broke, and depends upon how much I break getting them out. And then got a scarf joint, some caps in it, so, and make some repairs. So that'll be wing work, winter wing work. I'll set this out and repair it this winter, and then cover it. Ordered the fabric for this, and also this. Gotta order some, got the adhesives and stuff, but I'm gonna have to order the finish which fills the fabric, because it truly is just fabric like that. You gotta put a filler. First off, you gotta get the adhesive and glue it, then you gotta get a filler for it, and then a primer, and then a base coat, and then you put your final coat on it. So that's that. Probably take the mirror off, clean that hardware up, because that doesn't need to be painted again. And flip this over, leak test it before I do any more, after I get the wood glued into it, and drain it, so, and go from there. So that's what I've been up to. And that's just a quick update today. So I'm gonna get after it. Oh, have to build my stick. She wants a lemonade stand, so I'm gonna drag some lumber out and make it about 3 feet wide and about 20, 28, maybe 32 inches tall. Not quite, I don't know. I'll have to see how tall that is. So she'll be 7, so she's not that tall. I'll make a small one and put a shelf in it, and then the banner over the top of it for lemonade, and we'll see how it goes. That's today's activities. See ya.